Ram Rama, Namaste everyone. Welcome you all to session 19 of Samskritasri Pathamala 2. Today we will continue the Ktwa and Tumun Pratyayantas, and if time permits, we will do the Upasargas as well. Prarthana. Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashante Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalasphटिकाकृतिम् Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Saraswati Namastestu Veena Pustakadharini Hamsavahanam Arudhe Vidyadanam Kurushvami. So today's Subhashitam is from lesson 21, which is titled Padyani or poetry. It is on page 92 of the textbook. So I thought we will do the Subhashitams from there. So the Subhashitam here says, Nabhaso Bhushanam Chandraha, Narinam Bhushanam Patihi, Prithivyaha Bhushanam Raja, Vidya Sarvasya Bhushanam. So I think the only word that you might not be familiar with is Nabhasaha. Nabhaso is nothing but Nabhasaha. It is the Shashti Ekavachana form of Nabhas, which means sky. So the ornament of the sky is the moon. The ornament of a woman is her husband. The earth's ornament is its king, and Vidya is everybody's ornament. Here we have to rearrange the words in the sentence first, because for poetry it is they are allowed to give the words in any order. So first we have to rearrange the words in a proper sentence form and then try to interpret it. So Chandraha Nabhasaha Bhushanam. Chandra or the moon is the ornament of the sky. Patihi Narinam Bhushanam. So we are arranging it in the same order. Pati is Nari Bhushanam. Raja is the Bhushanam of the Prithvi, which is the earth or the country. And Vidya is everyone's ornament. So it beautifies everyone is the meaning. So it emphasizes the importance of Vidya. Let us do the Shabdaratham. I think we have not done it in a long time. Somebody wants to try, you can raise your hand. Janvi Satish.
Ram. Dakarantah Trishulingeshu Samana Rupaha Asmat Shabdaha Aham Avam Vayam Mam Ma Avam Nau Asmanaha Maya Avabhyam Asmabhihi Mahyam Me Avabhyam Nau Asmabhyam Naha Mata Avabhyam Asmata Mama Me Avayoho Nau Asmakam Naha Mayi Avayoho Asmasu.
Next is Bhartri. So normally the conventional meaning is husband, but it also means it is derived from the dhatu bhr, or to bear, or to somebody who carries the burden. So it can technically be used in all the three lingas. But can you give the pullinga forms?
It's like Pita Shabda, right?
No. So though it is a word which indicates a relationship, it is like the one which is derived from a dhatu. Bhr dhatu with trich pratyaya gives bhartri. Vibharti. Vibharti is to bear or to carry.
Okay, ma'am. I'll try. Rikarantah Pullingah भर्त्र शब्दः भर्ता भर्तारौ भर्तारः भर्तारं भर्तारौ भर्तॄन् भर्त्रा भर्तृभ्यां भर्तृभिः भर्त्रे भर्त्रे भर्तृभ्यां भर्तृभ्यः भर्तुः भर्तृभ्यां भर्तृभ्यः
It's not bhartribhyam.
Okay, sorry. Bhartu, so
Yes, bhartu. Yes, bhartru.
Bharta, Bhartarau, Bhartarah, Bhartaram, Bhartarau, Bhartrun, Bharta, Bhartra, Bhartribhyam, Bhartribhihi, Bhartre, Bhartribhyam, Bhartribhyah, Bhartuhu, Bhartribhyam, Bhartribhyah, Bhartuhu, Bhartroho, Bhartrunam, Bhartari,
Yes. Bhartroho.
Bhartroho, Bhartrushu,
Bhartah.
Okay, he Bhartah, he Bhartarau, he Bhartarah.
Okay. So this can also be in the Napumsakalinga Rakaranta form. So can you try that? Because in Napumsakalinga, as I told you, if the same word exists in Pullinga also, then we get alternate Pullinga forms in Tritiya, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti and Saptami, Ekavachana, and also in Shashti, Saptami, Dvivachana. You want to try that? So it will be like Rikaranta. There is no pure Rikaranta Shabda in Napumsakalinga. So it will get forms like with the Nakara, like Madhu.
Ma'am, so it will have both, like it will be like the Shuchi Shabda, having both.
Yes, with that, yes, like Shuchina, it will be Bhartrina from Tritiya onwards. Bhartra, Bhartrina will be the two alternate forms.
Yes, ma'am, I will try.
You try, yes, please.
Yes.
So the Prathama will be?
Rikarantah, Napumsakalingah, Bhartrishabdah, Bhartrini, Bhartruni.
Yes.
Bhartr, it is so Bhartrini, so Bhartrini, Bhartra or 1 second. Bhartra or Bhartrana, Bhartribhyam, Bhartribhihi,
yes.
Bhartre or
yes.
Bhartre, or is it Bhartraye?
Suchine, like Suchine, it will be Shuchine, it will be Bhartrane, yes.
Bhartrane, Bhartribhyam, Bhartribhyah, Bhartuhu or Bhartranaha.
Correct.
Bhartribhyam, Bhartribhyah, Bhartuhu or Bhartranaha. Bhartroho, Bhartrana.
Bhartroho, Bhartranoho. So like Suchinoho, it will have 6-2 and 7-2, 2 forms again.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So it should be Bhartranoho.
Yes.
Bhartranoho or Bhartroho, Bhartrushu. Bhartrana. Sorry. Bhartrana.
Shashti Bahuvachanam is?
Bhartrana.
Yes.
So Saptami Bhakti will be Bhartari or Bhartranaha. And
Bhartrini. Because like Shuchini, it will be Bhartrini.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sorry. Bhartrini and Bhartroho or Bhartrunoho.
Yes.
And then bhartrushu, he
Yes.
bhartru, or yeah, he bhartru, he bhartrini, he bhartryuni.
He bhartaha also. Because just like pullinga, it will get a form.
Yes, ma'am.
उत्तम उत्तमः प्रयत्नः धन्यवादः जाह्नवी
धन्यवादः ma'am.
तद शब्द it's very simple. Somebody wants to try. K Padma.
Ram Ram.
Ram. Namaste.
First I'll tell Pullinga. Dakarantah Pullingah Tad Shabdah Sahataute Vidya Tam Tautan Tenatabhyam Tahi Tasmitabhyam Tebhyah Tasmatatabhyam Tebhyah Tasyatayoho Tesham Tasmintayoho Teshu Dakarantah Srilingah तत् शब्दः सा ते ताः तां ते ताः तया ताभ्यां ताभिः तस्यैताभ्यां ताभ्यः तस्याः ताभ्यां ताभ्यः तस्याः तयोः तासां तस्यां तयोः तासु दकारान्तः नपुंसकलिङ्गः तं तत् शब्दः तत्तेतानि तेन ताभ्यां तैः तस्मिताभ्यां तेभ्यः तस्मात् ताभ्यां तेभ्यः तस्य तयोः तेषां तस्मिन् तयोः तेषु
सम्यक् चतुर शब्दः रेफान्त चतुर शब्दः.
This chatur is that four number 4.
Yes, number 4. Yes.
Rekantah
रेफान्तः.
Rekantah it is nitya bahuvachana.
हाँ नित्य बहुवचन
चतुर शब्दः चत्वारः चतुरः चतुर्भिः चतुर्भ्यः चतुर्भ्यः चतुर्नां चतुर्षु
उत्तम
चतस्रः चतस्रुभिः चतस्रुभ्यः चतस्रुभ्यः चतस्रुणां चतस्रुषु then नपुंसकलिङ्गे चत्वारि चत्वारि चतुर्भिः चतुर्भ्यः चतुर्भ्यः चतुर्नां चतुर्षु
सम्यक् उत्तम धन्यवादः. So we will also revise the dhatu rupas a little bit because we've not done it in a long time. Shri Ranjani Mohan
Ram Ram.
Namaste.
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 Ish
is to like.
Like. Ishta.
Ish is a dhatu. We have ichhati in lat lakara.
Oh.
So this is lung that we want.
Aichat.
Very
Aichat.
good.
Aichatam. Aichan. Aichatah.
Aichaha.
Aichaha. Aicham.
Aichatam.
Sorry. Aichaha. Aichatam. Aicha.
Aichata.
Aichata. Aicham. Aichava. Aichama.
Uttam. So I have been getting a lot of queries about this ish dhatu. So ichhati, when you add akara in front, you should get echat. Why do we get aichat? Is what everyone asks. But the forms in the language are with I. So it is not conforming to the normal guna sandhi rule. So the form, it is aicha. So we have to learn whatever is given as the form of this dhatu in Laglaka. Yeah, you can try the next one as well.
G, Jaya, to win.
To win.
Jayati, Jayatha. Ajayatha.
Lat lakara. Just the lat.
Jayati, Jayatah, Jayatha.
Jayanti.
Jayati, Jayatah, Jayanti. Jayasi, Jayatah, Jayatha. Jayami, Jayavah, Jayama.
So there's just one left to come.
Katha.
This katha, have you seen the forms in sentences?
Kathayati.
Kathayati. So there is a yakara which comes. So you have to add it to the other forms.
Tell.
Yes.
Narrate.
Correct.
Lot lakara. Kathaya.
Kathayatu.
Kathayatu. Kathayatam. Kathayan.
So there is an alternate form in Prathama Purusha and Madhyama Purusha.
Kathayatam.
Kathayata.
Kathayata. Madhyama Purusha. Kathayatat. Kathayatam. Kathayata. Kathayami. Kathayani. Kathayava. Kathayama.
Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavad.
There are some questions. I will take them, but I don't see any hands being raised today. Any reason? Is the audio very low today? My volume, am I audible? A plus E becomes A, but here we have Aichal. Aichal is the Rupa, so we cannot change that. Thank you, I'm audible. Okay. Thank you. So, same names I see for the raised. Anyway, we'll try. So, in the last class, we saw the Tuman Pratyaya alone, where we saw that if there are two sentences and they express actions done by the same person, and if one happens to be the purpose, one action happens to be the purpose of doing the other action, then we can connect them using the Tuman Pratyaya, which is added to the verbal root of the purpose, the action which is the purpose. So here in the example, we have Ramaha Padhati, Ramaha Pathashalam Gachati. So why does he go to the Pathashala? In order to read. So the purpose is Pathanam, and therefore we add the Tuman Pratyaya to this Path Dhatu to get Padhi Tum. Similarly, we saw other sentences as well. We'll quickly go through this and then we will. Yes. So each of the above pairs of sentences can be combined into one sentences by using the infinite of purpose. So this Tuman is called the infinitive of purpose, and it is formed by adding just Tum. This Nakara, which is at the end, can be ignored. Just Tum is added at the end, not the entire Tumun. So Patha plus Tum, Pathi Tum. So we also saw that The verb may undergo some changes before this tum is added. So Ramaha pathati, Ramaha patashalam gacchati. So pathitum patashalam gacchati. Krishnaha kriditum kridanganam gacchati. Pita devam pujayitum pushpani nayati. Aham snatum nadim gacchami. Tvam chitram drashtum. So here the root drish is taken and it undergoes a change. The rikara becomes repa, dra, and the tumun, in the tumun, the takara becomes takara, drash, tum. So these are because of some sandhi rules. These changes happen. So the point to note is that mostly we just add the tum. But if there are some differences, you have to make a note of the correct rupa to which this dhatu is changed. And we also saw that the resultant words are indeclinables. They are the same in all the lingas and all the vachanas. Some of the verbs undergo changes due to sandhi rules. Drishtum becomes drishtum becomes drashtum. These are avyaya padas. So the same sentences are given here with the meanings. Rama goes to school in order to study. Krishna goes to the garden to play. The father takes flowers for worshipping God. And then I go to the river to take bath, and you go to the art gallery to see the picture. Now, what we are doing is to reverse the order of the sentences. Ramaha patashalam gacchati, Ramaha padhati. So the actual order in which the actions take place is this. Rama first goes to the school and then he reads. Similarly, Krishnaha maidanam gacchati, Krishnaha kridati. So first he goes to the playground and then he plays. Pita pushpani nayati, Pita devam pujayati. He takes the flowers and then he worships God. Aham nadim gacchami, aham snami. I go to the river and I take bath. Tvam chitrashalam gacchasi, tvam chitram pashyasi. So this is the reversed order of the sentences. Here we use the ktva pratyaya. Again, this tva is added to the verb root. It indicates that after completing one action, the same person carries out another action. So we can combine the above sentences by using tva with the verb. Example, ni plus tva becomes nitva, having led or having taken. For example, e is added in the middle. For some verbs, e is added like pathitva. We saw in tumun also, ikara is added to pathadhatu. Similarly, for tva also, ikara is added, pathitva. Some verbs undergo changes like drishtva. So I think the homework was to learn the forms which are given in the book for the verbs that are given there. So here, Ramaha Padashala Gatva Pathati. So it is just enough to say Saha Padashalam Gatva Pathati. Krishnaha Maidanam Gatva Kridati. Pita Pushpani Neetva Devam Pujayati. Aham Nadim Gatva Snami. Tvam Chitrashalam Gatva Chitram Pashyasi. So the meanings of the sentences. So this, if somebody wants to try, you can raise your hand. Ushati Mate.
Suprabhatam Bhagini, Namaskara.
Namaste.
Ramah Patashalam Gat. Kim Karanyam Bhagini?
Anuvada.
Oh, Ramah Patashalam Gatva Patati. After going to school, Rama reads.
Correct. So having gone to school, so here we use it in the sense of having done one action, somebody does the other action. So it's the doer of the action is, both the actions is the same. We use tva pratyaya. Yes, please go.
Having gone to the school, Rama reads.
Yes.
Krishna Idanam Gatva Kridati. Having gone to the playground, Krishna plays.
Yes.
Pita Pushpani Neetva Devam Pujayati. After bringing the flowers, father prays to God.
So neetva is to take. Anitva is to bring.
Having brought flowers, the father worships God. Aham
It should be
Nadim.
taken. Yes, go.
Aham Nadim Gatva Snami. Having gone to the river, I take bath. Tvam Chitrashalam Gatva Chitram Pashyasi. Having gone to the theater, you watch movie.
Okay. So Chitram can be just a picture or it can be a movie. Chalachitram is a movie. Chitram is just a picture. So this should be take. I will change this. So this is the meaning. So having done the first action, the same person does the other action. So Dhanyavadaha Bhagini. I'll
Dhanyavada.
call you for the next exercise as well. We have the comparison of the tva and tumun pratyayas. Both tva and tumun pratyayas help in combining two sentences. This is what we saw just now. And the resultant verb, when you add tum to the verb or when you add tva to the verb, you get an abhyaya pada that does not change with linga and vachana. Then both are added to a dhatu, and the doer of action in both sentences is the same. So when you have to use the tumun or when you have to use the tva, the same person does two actions in two different sentences. So if there are such sentences, you may combine them using tumun or tva. So these are the similarities of tva and tumun pratyayas. So in tumun, it is added to the later action or the one for which the first action was taken up. And in tva, you add it to the earlier action. For example, here Ramaha Patitva, Patashalam Gatva Patati. So it is the earlier action when you use the tva pratyaya, and when you use tuman, it is Patitum Patashalam Gachati. In order to read, he goes to the school. So here, tumun, there should be a cause and effect relationship between the two actions, whereas in tva, it need not be so. For example, aham tugdham pitva swapini. So it means I sleep after drinking milk. So they are not connected actions in the sense one is not the cause and the other is not the effect. So I don't do one in order to do the other. So that is the comparison of tva and tumun pratyayas. So some sentences are given in the past tense. Manthara nagaralankaram apashyat Kaikeyaha samipam agachat. So this is in lang lakaraha, apashyat and agachat. Bharataha pituhu uttara kriyam akarot, ramam anetum vanam agachat. So here, as I told you, these are two different actions. He first does the final rites of the father, and then he goes to the forest to bring Rama. Bharataha paduke simhasane asthapayat rajyam arakshat. Bharataha rajyam arakshat. So how do you combine them? The first one we have combined with the twa. Manthara nagara lankaram društva Kaikeyaha samipam agachat. Here, she sees the decorations and then she goes to Kaikeyi. So Drishtva is having seen, she goes near Kaikeyi. Bharataha pituhu uttarakriyam kritva ramam anetum vanam agachat. So Bharata does the final rites of his father and then goes to bring Rama. Bharataha paduke, it is in dual, paduke simhasane sthapayitva rajyam arakshat. So he placed the two sandals of Rama on the throne and he did the Rajya Karyas. So having seen the decoration. So here what you should note is that even though the two verbs were in Lang Lakara, they were in past tense, the Drishtva does not change. So it does not change according to the tense as well. Just like it does not change with number and linga, it also does not change with the tense. So it's the same. Drishtva Kaikeyaha samipam agachat. Uttarakriyam kritva ramamanitum agachat. Bharataha paduke simhasane sthapayitva rajyam arakshat. Having placed the sandals on the throne, Bharata protected the kingdom. Now, if somebody wants to try this combining of sentences, you can raise your hand. Amita Bhargava.
Ram Ram Bhagni.
Ram Ram. Namaste.
Tvam nadim gaccha snanam kuru. Tvam nadim gantum or gatva snanam kuru.
So tvam nadim gatva snanam kuru is correct. So if you have to use the tone here, how would you use it?
Gatva is the twan, so tumun will become the two. Nadi gantum.
So which is the purpose here?
Gantum snanam kuru. To have a bath in the nadi.
Yes. Yes. So you added to the sna dhatuhu. So snatum nadim tvam snatum nadim gaccha. Here it is used with the lot lakara. You want to try this? So in order to take a bath, you go to the river.
Should I say the next sentence?
Yes.
Yuyam gurum namata ved patata. It's also lot lakar.
Yes.
Yuyam gurum namatva vedam patata.
So nam becomes natva. Yuyam gurum natva vedam pathata.
Because
Yes.
here
Here tumun, here it is there, but there are certain specific forms of the twa and tumun pratyayantas of verbs. So each verb undergoes different modifications before the twa and tumun pratyayas are added. So here we just have to learn the form that is there. Natva is the form.
natva. Yuyam gurum natva vedam patata.
Pathata. So tumun is not very suitable here. So yuyam vedam pathitum kurum namata we don't use. We say nat. We can combine it in the other way. That is yuyam gurum natva vedam pathata.
So we can say it like that, no? Yuyam vedam patitva patitum. Yuyam vedam patitum gurum namata.
Yes, you can, but yes, you can say that. But
Whichever
the
we
Guru,
do
no, the Guru is going to teach you irrespective of whether you salute to him or not. So, but it is the duty of the disciple to do that. So normally that is the practice, but we cannot exactly connect them using a cause and effect here.
shall I do the next?
Yes.
प्रश्नान् पठत उत्तरं लिखित प्रश्नान् पठित्वा उत्तरं लिखित
Likhata is, all these are again in lot lakara.
and
So
the other
read
will
the,
be no उत्तरं लिखितुं
Lekhit.
प्रश्नान्
It become,
पठत
so here it becomes lekhitum.
लेखितुं.
Yes.
Why not लिखित?
That is the form. So we cannot have any derivation for this. Whatever form
So
is
there's
there,
just
we
one
accept.
form, lekhitva.
Likhitva. With tva, it is likhitva.
Likhitva.
Yes.
And
But
lekhitum.
lekhitum. Yes. With
Lekhitum.
tumun, it becomes. Yes. So we see the translations. Having gone to the river, you bathe. You salute the teacher and study the Vedas. Yuyam gurum natva vedam pathata prashnan paditva uttaram likhata. After reading the questions, you write the answers. Uttam. Dhanyavadaha Bhagini. So the verb forms are given here. You can try to say the forms of the ktva and tumun pratyayas. Shri Ram Mahodaya, MC Shri Ram Mahodaya.
Namo Namaha. Ram Ram.
Ram Ram. Yes.
Patha, to read. Patitum, patitva.
Yes.
Creed, to play. Creeditum, creeditva.
Yes.
Puja, worship. Pujayitum, pujayitva and pujayitvam.
Pujayitva and pujayitum. So here we add the yakara, just like kathayati, kathayitva, kathayitva.
Is it the 10th case? 10th lakara, or is this
Yes,
part of the
this
10th?
is, yes, this is the 10th gana.
Okay. 10th gana, sorry.
Yes.
Gacha, to go. Gantum and gatva.
Gatva and gantum. So you can try the next 5 as well.
Nam. Netum and Nitva.
This is nam.
Nam as in to salute. So it
Yes.
Is it Natva and Nantum?
Yes. Natva
Okay.
and nantum. Yes.
Okay.
Just like gum, it is
Okay.
nam. Natva.
Okay. Brahma, to wander. Brahmitva and Brantum.
This is slightly different. So Bhrantva and Brahmitum. Brahmitum is there, just that add the ikara. But the twa you use Bhrantva.
Brahntva. So both Nama and Brahma both have the ma ending, but one doesn't take the na, one doesn't become na, but and it gets dropped, whereas this one, the ma switches to a na. Okay.
Nakara. Then there is a nakara which comes in between. Yes. So these rules are very complex, so we'll not try to analyze it.
No, I understand that. I just want to. So both cases are possible. That is so the ma can get dropped, or the ma changes to a nakara.
Nakara. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Ni, naya. So that becomes naitva and neetum.
So netum, this becomes nitva
Neet,
and
neetva
netum.
and netum. Neetva, netum. Pa.
Netum.
Okay. Pa is pitva and pitva and patum.
Patum. Yes. Pitva and patum. Uttam. Dhanyavadah.
Dhanyavadah. Thank you.
Thank you. Padma Narayan.
Ram Ram Ram.
Ram.
Ji Jai conquer. Jaitva Jaitum. Jitum. Jetum. Jitum. What is?
Yes, so this is Jitva. Jitva and Jetum.
Jitva and Jetum.
Yes.
Pala, protect.
This again gets, yes.
Okay, so palayitum, palayitva.
Yes, palayitva, palayitum.
Palayitum, not itum. Pata, fall. Patitva, patitum.
Patitva, patitum, and just like patha.
Okay, patitva, patitum.
Vas. So this vas is slightly different. I don't know if you have seen the book. So it is ushitva. So the ushitva and vastum.
Vastum I can see, ushitva no way. As vastum I can think of it, but ushit no.
Yes. So
ushitva
sometimes with ktva pratyaya, the verb becomes u. Similarly for yaj also it will change. So we'll see when we come to that. So no, these things you have to note that vas.
You just have to learn it. Okay.
You just have to learn it, and
vastu.
You should make a mental note of it that it's not like a normal dhatu. So just not adding ikara or not just adding adding the twa directly. So this is a different case. So the next set also you can try.
Chara, move. Charayitva, charatum.
Charitva. So the verb, when you use it in lat lakara, you say charati, right? So the yakara doesn't come. So if you use the yakara in lat lakara,
charatva, charatum.
It is charitva. Like patitva, it becomes charitva.
Charitva, charatum.
Charitum.
Oh, charitum.
Yes.
Patitum,
patitva. Yeah. Yaj is again different. So it is ishtva. Ishtva and yashtum.
Yashtum.
Yes.
Mar, kill.
So this again, how do you get it in the lat lakara form?
So it's a Marati. Is it the same
Marayati.
thing?
We say marayati.
Marayati. Okay.
Yeah.
So marayitva, marayatum.
Marayitum. Marayitva, marayitum.
Tarja, threaten. So tarjayitva, it's going to be tarjayitva.
Correct.
And tarjayitum.
Correct. Tarjayitva, tarjayitum.
Tarjayitum. Okay.
Not sure how many more are there.
Katha. Oh.
Just a second. So there are more. I'll ask somebody else. Dhanyavada.
Thank you. Thank you. Ram Ram Ram. Dhanvaya.
Sri Ram Venkatesh, you want to try this?
Namaste, Charya.
Namaste, Ram Ram.
Kathayitum कथयित्वा
उत्तम. Kathayitva, kathayitum.
कथयितुं रचयित्वा रचयितुं
Samyak.
भक्षयित्वा भक्षयितुं wander अटयित्वा अटयितुं.
How is it in lat lakara? Atta. Simha vane.
अटति
Tari.
अटति
Yakara नापेक्षितं किल. Atitva.
अटित्वा अटितुं.
Atitva, atitum. So.
वमित्वा
Uttam.
वमितुं.
Samyak. Vamitva, vamitum. Samyak. Will you try this?
अस्तु आचार्य. सः क्षीरं पीत्वा पाठं पठति. After drinking milk, he studies the lesson.
Samyak.
Studies lesson.
Yes.
रामः मन्दिरं गत्वा देवं नमति. Rama goes to the temple and praise God.
Yes. So he
Praise
praised.
Deva.
Yes.
यदा गोपालः अत्र आगच्छति तदा अहमपि आगच्छामि. When Gopala comes here, I will also come.
Yes. So when Gopala comes here, I come too.
I come too. When Gopala comes here, I come too. Krishna snatum nadim gacchati. Krishna goes to the river to take bath.
Correct. So snatum is to take bath. Okay.
To take. Vayam भ्रमितुं बहिः गच्छामः. भ्रमितुम् इत्युक्ते wander आचार्य.
Yes.
To wander, we go outside.
We go outside to wander. To
wander.
धन्यवादः.
धन्यवादः आचार्य.
सम्यक्. So you can try this ktva and tumun pratyayantas. You can create pairs of sentences which are connected, and then you can connect them using ktva and tumun pratyayas. So 10 sentences in each. If you can try, it will be good. It can be the same set of 10 sentences where you can use both ktva and tumun, or different sentences. Either way is fine. So let us see what questions are there, and then we will proceed to the next part. Why is makara not dropped in vama like in nama? These are just forms which are there for us to learn. So we cannot ask why certain forms are in different ways. So it depends on the rules which are according to the Paninian grammar system. So whatever is there in the bhasha as the given forms, for that we will try to learn the forms as they are given. Is there any way in which we can find out in the dhatus to which we add E? I am not sure. So will it not become namitva? No. Uttara Kriya ityukte kim? Uttara Kriya is the last rites after a person is dead. So some samskaras are done, isn't it? So they are called the Uttara Kriya. Those were the questions. Next, we go on to lesson 14, which is on Upasargas. So Upasargas are also indeclinables. They are also Namapadas, but they are indeclinables. They are added before the verb roots. We have seen many Upasargas in the past, but we will be learning them formally only now. So in some books, they are given as prepositions, but it will not be correct to call them prepositions as such. So we will use the term prefix. There are 22 Upasargas and they have specific meanings. And when they are added to certain verbs, their meanings can slightly change. But they cannot be used independently. They always come in front of dhatus. Sometimes they come in other contexts as well, not just to dhatus, but they are not used independently. They are used along with the dhatus is what we have to learn. So by adding those upasargas, the meaning of dhatu can either be modified, it can either remain the same, or it can be, it can give more emphasis to the dhatu, or it can completely negate the meaning of the dhatu, or it can mean a completely different action altogether. So first let us see what the 23 upasargas are. Pra, para, apa, sam, anu, ava, nis, nir, dus, dur, vi, a, ni, adhi, api, su, ut, ati, abhi, prati, pari, upa. So these 22 upasargas, if you know by heart, it will be good. But for now, it is just enough to recognize what an upasarga is. So when you see some letters in front of a dhatu, which you can recognize, if you are able to recognize that it is an upasarga, that should do for now. So let us take, for example, the dhatu hr, harati. It should be hr. There is a spelling mistake here, and I should correct it. To carry, and note the change in meaning when different upasargas are added. So hr normally means to carry, harati. So I think somebody can read this. Anne Maria. Koham.
Namo Nama Bhagini.
Ram Ram.
Ram Ram. Pra adhika hr. Praharati hits. Praharaha hit. A adhika hr. Aharati.
So here, sorry, Maria, this is the lat lakara prathama purusha eka vachana form, which is given in this column.
Right.
And here the noun form is given. The praharaha is the actual hit.
Hit. Okay.
So in a noun form, it is given. Yes, please go ahead.
A adhika hr. Aharati eats or brings. This is, as you said, the verb form. Aharaha, food.
Yes. So we are familiar with this ahara.
Ahara. Sam adhika hr. Samharati kills. Samharaha murder.
So the same hr dhatu, we see how widely the meanings change because of addition of upasarga.
Upasarga.
Yeah.
Vi adhika hru, viharati, plays, and viharaha, play.
Yes. So the play itself is viharaha.
Viharaha.
There are more. Just a minute.
Pari adhika hru, pariharati, removes, pariharaha, removal. Ud plus ud adhika hru, uddharati, lifts, uddharaha, lifting.
So here we
Apa-
see that it is not udharati. By sandhi
Okay.
operation, it becomes udharati.
Uddharati. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Apa adhika hru, apaharati, steals. Apaharaha, theft. Okay.
Dhanyavad. You can also try the translation of those sentences.
Choraha dhanam harati. The thief steals dhanam.
Dhana, yes.
Okay.
Wealth. Money.
Money or wealth. Okay, wealth. Bhimaha rakshasam praharati. Bhima kills the demon or the rakshasa.
If it is samharati, it is
Kills. Okay.
So
Praharati
here,
is attacks.
he hits or praharati.
Bhima hits. Okay. Balakaha modakam aharati. The boy eats sweet.
Yes. So the boy eats or brings. Aharati can either mean to bring or to eat. Sweets.
Ramaha rakshasan samharati. Rama kills many rakshasa.
Rama kills the rakshasas.
Okay.
So it is in.
It is bahuvachanam. Rakshasan.
Dvitiya. Yeah.
Dvitiya.
Dvitiya vibhakti bahuvachanam. Uttam. Dhanyavadaha.
Namo namah. Shall I continue?
No, I'll ask somebody else. Dhanyavadaha. Gayatri P.
Namaste Mahoday. Balaha saikate viharanti. Boys wander in sand. Is it saikata?
Saikata, yeah. Saikata is sand.
Okay.
So they play. Viharati is to play.
Play in the sand. Vaidyaha aushadhaihi vyadhin pariharati. The doctor cures the sick people with medicine.
So vyadhi is vyadhaya.
Rugnaha. Oh, this is just the noun. Okay.
It is just the disease. So he removes the disease or he does away with. Yeah.
Sarpaha phanam uddharati. The snake lifts the hood.
Very good. So uddharati has become uddharati.
Raises its hood. Krishnaha navanitam apaharati. Krishna steals the butter.
Yes. So apaharati is to steal. Dhanyavada.
Dhanyavada.
So these are the possible changes in the verbs because of the addition of upasargas that we saw. Just with the hra dhatu, there are so many meanings that can come across by the addition of upasargas. So we have run out of time now. We will stop here. We will continue the upasarga lesson in the next class. So the only homework for today is to make those 10 sentences using the Ktva and Tumun pratyayas. Let us recite the Shanti Mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. There are just some questions. Let me answer them before we wind up. The homework doesn't pertain to any page in the textbook. This is just for you to understand the usage of Ktva and Tumu. You can frame your own sentences using these pratyayantas. A karika that spells out the upasarga. There is a karika for the hr dhatu, the different upasarga additions. But I am not sure if there is one for all the 22 upasargas. If there is, I will try and post it as well. Yada and tada is if and then, is it not? Yes, yada and tada is if and then. It is not Ktva or Tumun, but it is given there because of combining two sentences. That's all. So two actions by different people happens. So in that case, we can use yada and tada. Lesson 14 is upasargas. I am not sure of the page number. You can check it in the textbook. Those were the questions. Dhanyavadaha. Shubharatrihi. We will meet on Monday. Ram Ram.